Hello and welcome to episode 18 of the Duck of Doom. So when I was offline, in between last time I had some mouse input problems. I would click on stuff and it would multi-highlight. Restarting my computer fixed that. I don't know what I clicked to get in that situation, but it's better now. I also watched this tutorial video, how to get good graphics in Unity by Brackeys. And this was a pretty quick video that broke down a lot of the steps that I'll be using here. One of those that I'm not going to do live is the player settings. I changed to linear instead of gamma space. That caused a recompile a lot of the graphics that took 5 minutes or so, but definitely nothing you need to sit through. And then on the quality settings here, I've gone through selecting ultra high up to the pixel count a little bit, disabled anti-aliasing. Most of the rest are left the same except for I bumped up shadows a little bit. I may adjust that more later, but I think that's what I've changed so far when I was offline. So this is where we were at. We were trying to edit terrain and was having some input problems. Cover my grumpy dog. Hello, grumpy dog. It doesn't help to cover you with your blanket when you're standing on it. There you go. All right. Oops, sorry. So back to editing here. Want to give the impression that the player is standing inside of some kind of a mountain range or something. Or that this terrain, that kind of blocks them in. It's always kind of stupid when you have a game where it gives the impression that you could walk off the edge of the world or something, right? And as such, I think what I need to do is move this back a little bit because the player object. Yeah, see, it's right there at the edge of the mountains. And then, there's all these different brushes. Different ones can be used to simulate, rocky features or whatnot. Just have to be a little careful about over or underdoing it, right? It's the smooth tool there. What I'm mainly worried about in this one is the far mountains over here, right? Because I want those to appear to be like a classic mountain range or something, if at all possible. Okay, let's smooth that out a little bit. Some of this is just a little bit too much even for a mountain range. Yeah, the 3 camel humps there is not looking too realistic. It's not terribly convincing. Yeah, I think Unity is going to be making some better terrain tools one of these days. I guess You know, these have been functional and kind of work for a lot of people, but they're also like so touchy and a little difficult to use. Alright, well, I'm never going to be happy, and this is supposed to be quick, so try one more time to do low opacity, something that might suit for foothills. Okay, smooth it out. Alright, well, hopefully that works out. So then where we got stuck up last time was this painting of the textures. Okay. Good, there's mountains in the distance. And then the other problem that I had was I wanted to have a sense of a wetlands or something, so I thought you just can't do a negative thing here, so let's do this. We will raise this whole bit, all the ground we will raise. Gonna have to raise the player and the ducks too, probably. Alright, so we'll go back to the smooth tool. We'll smooth that out, and there is a waterway for us. Trying to make some shallows in the water now. All right, smooth it out again. We need a plane. Game object 3D plane. There we go. Make that bigger. This is the water. Okay, good. That was too much. Okay, let's move the player. And then we need the duck left, right, and nav points to be higher. And I might play with that more for the water. It'd be kind of nice if it had some kind of a sense of I guess let's do it now. So if I put that back in there, I think I can do it like this. So terrain. Alright, let's go to 13. Can I make the brush even smaller? 11. There we go, so 13. And then smooth it out. There you go, that's nice. So the plane should have, standard assets should have, or maybe it's graphic effects. I need to import a water shader. Daylight water. Stick a lit. Yep, not bad. Okay, we just need to get in there and make these edges not so steep. It would be nice on our terrain if we had an additional texture of mud or something. Different kind of ground. It's kind of muddy looking something or another. Oops, I had the wrong one selected. Okay. Nothing wrong with a few little rocks here and there. That one was too much. Can use one of these brushes and lower the strength. And it does this kind of mixing. Alright, now let's paint some grass on here. Funny how it doesn't show very well in the viewport. Okay, that looks pretty nice. Let's just keep yeah, there you go. If you zoom in enough, it'll show you where it's at. Wish it did a better job. Makes it difficult to edit. Gonna erase it here and then redraw it thinner, I hope. Yeah, where the player's at. It's a little thinner. Maybe too thin, I don't know. Yeah, it's too thin. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's get some trees. So last time we had the oak trees in here. And I want these fall ones. So maybe I should just go with this. Let's just see what this looks like. So this is the mass placed trees feature. I don't necessarily know it's going to do a good job, but let's just see what happens. Not bad. Okay, like we said before, the ducks are too big. So that is improving. It's closer to what I was looking for. Wish there was a good slope tool, because I don't feel like we're seeing the water good enough, but maybe I can just fix that by moving the player. I guess if we're going to move the player, let's move the spawn point and nav points. Just move all this up. Right up a little bit more. There we go. Okay, those mountains are obviously really not good. So let's go fix that. And that's pretty bad too. All right, let's create the appearance of a ridge first. Like that better. Okay. And then the back side of the ridge could have another ridge that's even higher. Adding just a little bit of variety. We'll smooth it out, but let's not over smooth it. Let's go back and paint in the rocks very specifically. Might need a different shader for those to not look goofed up like that. But it's not bad, so. Yeah, better. Not perfect, but better. And let's put some trees up there. Okay. Now let's do something about the scene's skybox and lighting in general. Now I imported that asset set. What I don't know is if I have another skybox already in here, or if I need to make one default skybox. Sunny 3 skybox. Okay, there's a. Ooh, those look pretty. And the sun source. Yeah, look at that. Sun, directional light. And on the directional light now, let's go sample that color, and then we need to desaturate it a bit. Okay. It's pretty good. I wonder if we could do any baking. Is fog going to be useful here? Fog can be nice to give your environment some depth. So the sun is over on the right. So what we want to make sure is that this directional light is pointing from right to left. Let's bring it up, make it easier to see. And it is pretty much. Oh no, not entirely. Let's go here. that's better. So it'll appear more natural according to where the sun's at. Okay. Okay, let's go back to window lighting. Seems like paint mode. No, I'll have to look into if we want to bake any of this or not. Seems like it could benefit from that. But that would have to, if I can remember where it's at, the light baking, is that under graphics? No. No. Maybe it's just one of these other tabs. Real time global illumination. Here you go. This progressive light mapper. So it'll start trying to light map the scene. Okay, good. And then the other thing we want is, I think I mentioned this before, on the asset store they have some post-processing effects. Here it is. So this just comes from Unity 3D. They made it and it's free, so no excuse not to go ahead and grab it. Okay, so for that we will need to add post processing effects behavior, and then in our prefabs we'll add in there it is, post-processing profile. And then this is a Duck of Doom profile. We'll call it a post profile in case later we're like, profile for what? And that goes there. Okay, so now we can come in here. Yeah, it actually put in the fog, which is kind of cool for what's going on in the background. We might need to adjust it a bit, but baking in ambient occlusion, motion blur might be nice. We'll have to play with that eye adaptation. Helps put the levels correct. Bloom, I don't know if much of that's going to occur, but maybe when we shoot. Color grading is good. It makes things look more realistic. Yep, that's good. We'll have to adjust the intensity of the light in a minute. And we'll tone this down a little bit. Okay. So let's go back in the directional light. Take the intensity up. Ooh, let's see. It's too much. And it makes me rethink the skybox. Let's try one of those other ones. Maybe that's a happy medium in between. And is the sun coming from the same place? It's hard to tell. It's kind of on the horizon, left or right. This one's more of a obscured skybox. So the light's still baking, so we haven't seen the result yet. So actually right now what I'm doing is just walking around to see if there's a place that I would prefer to position the player at. It gives a good view of the water and some trees. See that tree down there in the middle of the water probably doesn't need to go there. I could I guess the place I picked isn't half bad. Ooh, I wonder if I can rotate because I like those clouds. Oh, it says we're over there. Let's see if we can rotate that. It's at, but we can find it by going here. Okay, yes, it does have a rotation. There. So I guess it would be better if the sun was behind us from some angle, because then the ducks are too shadowed. And I mean, I guess it could be good or bad, but those foothills and whatnot are really just a silhouette, and I do kind of like that. But maybe we should play around for a minute here and see if we can find something that just looks better. So right now, the way I've rotated the sun is kind of up to the right, and that way it is kind of behind them. Okay. So if I go back and grab the directional light again, let's modify it more like this now. And now the ambient light's a little bit more different tone. I always have problems picking sunlight tones. And I feel like that post-processing profile effect with the fog will either... Is it that I turned on fog here? Yeah, see that? Is it because of this fog? It is. Pretty, I don't know, maybe I should turn it off. Okay, it's still baking lighting, so it's hard to tell. Everything's a little bit dark right now. Could be that it'll look better in a minute. Yeah, I don't think we need to play with the temperature. Bump that up a little bit. Okay, I feel like the grass texture on the terrain is just not that great. Is that any better? Probably not. Okay, fine. So let's go bring in... Actually, let's clean up that tree while I'm thinking of it. Trees in the water don't go there. There, that's nice. Better, okay. So in here should be some plants and junk we could use with the terrain tree creation tool. So edit trees, add a tree. flowers. 2 and flowers 1. Let's go flowers 1. So can we now see those right there? That's those flowers. Yeah, nice. Those are really good. Ooh, I like that. Would be really cool to put the viewpoint there. Look at that. It's starting to look good. I don't have to move them there if I can lower the terrain a tiny bit, but let's go ahead and move them. Okay, very nice. I guess we might as well add those other flowers. That was such a good result. Pardon me. Alright, I'm not sure what that just painted. Can we see it? Is it these guys? Maybe. Okay. Glass refraction, FX refract. Yeah, I guess I don't need that. Image effects. Unity has a lot of that now, so I probably don't need any of this. Water only pro. Daylight. Was this part of no standard assets? Okay. Some little cobblestone bricks for like a path. Those are nice, but I don't see that being out here. Leaves, nice, but yeah. Wonder if those could be placed through the tree creator. Here we go. Stone. Where's my stone I just placed? Do not see it. Just a teeny tiny stone, probably. There it is. Okay, that's not tiny anymore. And we're going to tell this is static, so it'll do light map and standard material. And yeah, there it is, right over there. So we can copy and place a couple of these. Let's make a create empty stones plural. So inside here, so we don't make the scene too messy. And then each time, move it around, rotate, resize a bit. Then I'll place another one over here next to it. Mark it static for the lighting engine. Change the material. Okay, so those rocks down there look nice, and it would be nice for there to be some bigger kind of stones and slabs around, I'd say on this little hill right here. And in fact, let's do the turn engine and go back to painting. Put this painting tool with this little guy here. And assume that this wouldn't all be pure grassy. Go here. Sparse off some of that grass. Right, and I think, yeah, that looks more naturalistic. And then we bring out one of these stones. Duplicate it, rotate it. Take some more. Again, these all need to be static for the lighting baking to work on them. Okay, looking good. We need a little bit more rocks down here. There you go. That looks like a nice natural rock outcropping. And I guess let's take a copy of this guy. Control D. Move him. Scale him. Let's apply a little bit of this to back here. Yeah, that adds some nice variety right here. Tonality's changed, so. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Any other assets in here? Straw, sunflowers, trash, old walls. Yeah, old wall could be nice out here. A windmill. This is better right here. Yeah, these old wooden fences you can definitely find out here. So we're in our scene. Could we see them over on the right hand side if we look over there? So it doesn't make sense someone would put a fence right here, but maybe along the right. Bam, duck. Check it out. I guess maybe a little up here on the edge. Got a lot going on over here though. Maybe I can take some of that out. Alright, so for the player, the terrain, if we level this out a little bit, let's see, 87, is that gonna go, that's gonna go up a lot, that's right, so this is somewhere around 15-ish, that's going down a bit, good, that's fine, and we'll smooth it out here. Okay. There you go. So that'll look nice for a field. In fact, it's sort of like that for the player too. I wonder if I can't have him on a level, a little bit of a plateau there. Increases visibility a little bit. Okay. Come here. Did you saw this on the blog? No. Did you see it drop? No, maybe it came out my show. I'm sure it did. But if we drop something, what do we do? Just leave it on the floor? No, I just. Alright, let's take a look. If this is good or not. Because we gotta see in the game. We are just buried in grass. Does look good, but it's hard to see. Do we need to make the player taller, maybe. If I increase the capsule collider height, does that place me taller? Yes, it does. Look at that. That's better. No, I'm not drowning in that. Yep, that's nicer. So you can see a few more little rough spots where we could make this look better. The water's not super great. I think that must be a non-pro version. And like this little hilltop here feels flat. Maybe we should scale up the fence just a little bit. Just scale all those up together. Yep, it's nice. And then probably way too much to put this freaking windmill in here. But let's see if I can find a little place that's a little bit subtle-ish. Maybe off there in that direction. So a lot of people won't be looking there a lot of times, but they might eventually see it if they're looking in that direction. Windmill. Change these to standard. Okay, and here is the I'm not sure where that goes. Can I zoom in? Double click focus. Okay. Can't tell where it goes. I guess it doesn't matter because the player's going to be so far away. So what matters more is that it's just at an angle that'll look interesting to them. Go. And can't even see it. Let's put that somewhere a little bit closer or make it bigger or something. Yeah, that's fine over there. Probably won't see it most of the time, and I can put a script on it that makes it rotate. And the ducks are way too big. Okay, so I think on this hillside over here it looks kind of plain, and right there looks kind of plain. So they either need a little bit more of those flowers or some rocks or maybe a little bit of both. Although as you can see, it does have a bit of both. back to our stones. So duplicate that one again. And pull him up over here. Lay him on the side like this. Yeah, it's better. All right, so this is looking pretty nice. Better than I thought. Sorry, probably can't hear me over the shotguns. This is, you know what? I want a fence right along that flat ridge too. Be a cool effect if you turn around. Okay, just duplicated those. Let's move them over here. Move them up. Rotate them that way. I think there was one more variety of that. One, two, three, four. So this one. Put that one in outer space. Okay. Back here. Copy, transform. Go to this, paste the component values, and now it's in a normal place. There we go. Static and standard material. Okay, should be nicer. Looks like you maybe came off of some property with a road might be up there. Old agricultural area. And again, the player can move around right now, but we're going to probably stick them in place just for simplicity. So we may do more. Just play with the post-processing effects just a tiny bit here. It's still baking. So I guess the question and problem here is before it's done baking, I can't change too much settings because I won't know what the lighting's really going to look like, right? So let me save this, and it says it's going to take about 40 minutes or more or less. It just jumped between an hour, 28 minutes, and 40 minutes, in fact. You probably can't see it from my Do Metal Games logo. In the bottom right, it gives an ETA. So I'm going to let it go for a bit and revisit when that's done. But I think this was a good session, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.